the last chapter, it belongs to the dispersion of the polymer into the pneumatic crystalline materials. This work was published in the Applied Physics A. And here we found that the bioimpedance got reduced, which is slightly contradictory from the nanoparticles and the dye. In the case of the nanoparticles, the bioimpedance was increasing as in the chapter 3rd. And also the dye, the increment was not as substantial as compared to the nanoparticles, still the bioimpedance got increased as a dispersion of dye. But the polymer decreases the bioimpedance value, maybe due to the polymeric domain created, which can induce the disorder into the matrix. So that's why we are getting the low bioimpedance after the dispersion of the polymer. And the response time they got decreased, as well as the rotational viscosity also. And permittivity got increased after the dispersion of the polymer. I also calculated the figure of merit parameter by using the scale elastic content, constant bioimpedance, and rotational viscosity value.
Figure of merit in addition to the elastic constant. Dielectric birefringence plays a very significant role. आपकी direct proportionate square of that आ रहा है. That means आपको birefringence control करने के लिए figure of merit को आप.
That's why
कैसे किया जाए वो? Look at those data. और मॉर्गन लिमिट जब देखोगे तो आपको पता लगेगा कि इसमें हमें क्या figure of merit आ.
So this is the conclusion. So as the chapter 3rd, I have discussed the triatonal particles for the bioimpedance study, and bioimpedance was increasing for all the mixture after the dispersion of the triatonal particles. But the increment fraction was slightly different, and we got the high bioimpedance material, which can be used in the flat panel display, because high bioimpedance can reduce the cell gap, so it may be useful. And the chapter 4, I have done the optical study, where 5 belongs to the response time measurement, and the chapter 6 I have done the dye, the dispersion of dye for the optical and dielectric study, and the last chapter was for the dispersion of polymer into the liquid crystalline materials. So this individually I have chapter 3 pneumatic triatonal particles 3 and 4, and 5 and 6 lithosen dye, and in the 7th chapter I have used the polymer and calculated this parameter. This was talking about the bioimpedance I have designed, which is now working in the Hindu college, that is in Andhra Pradesh. And for this I have just used the setup for the 3 lasers. By just varying this knob, we can slightly shift the bioimpedance from red, green, blue. So we can study the bioimpedance with the help of patent study. And now it is about to complete the patent process, because they are going to send the patent application to the University of Lucknow, to the Dr. Atul Srivathodari for the signing. And I'm also going on 15 December to that college. No, it is in the patent process. So maybe it will complete in this January, February, the whole signing process. So it is working in the Hindu college. So here we just put the liquid crystal cell, as you can see here, that the laser can be varied. Here the red laser, and by varying the knob that I have previously showed, we can change it to the green and blue, so we can measure the bioimpedance with the variation of the wavelength. So this is the application of the bioimpedance material, which can be used in the flat panel display, because high bioimpedance material reduces the cell gap, so it can be used in the flat panel displays, and after the and the matrix structure can be easily aligned with the help of electricity and magnetic field. So that's why it is very important for display. So all this is I'm currently working on the plastic liquid crystal, which is as a compound, and I have just took the polarizing optical microscope. This is showing the droplet texture, thermal texture for untreated glass plates, and this is showing the olive strip texture that is slightly different for the normal one. And this in the aligned liquid crystal cell. So many of the researchers told that it is very important for the display, because the oily peak are strongly curved inside the texture. So I am just doing the study on. I am also just done some physical property luminescence and different type of coefficient extinction and absorption coefficient, including the skin depth and rod parameter. So I'm just calculating all these parameters. Maybe I will submit in next few days. And this I have just fabricated some optical storage devices in my lab just a few days back. For this we have just used the liquid crystalline materials, which the azobenzene, just dropped the 5% azobenzene into the liquid crystalline materials, and we have just filled into the 2 glass plates. and we have just put the pattern over it. When we illuminate the light onto the plates, the photoisomation process takes place. Then the transformation from cis to transformation takes place. So we are getting the redder part is still in the nematic range, while the other part goes into the isotropic range. So we can see the clear and transparent picture. So it is very important for the advertisement industry, and we have just doing the industrial collaboration with a company in the Thailand, and they are ready to give the fund for the further research on into their optical storage devices. If you talk about the future of the liquid crystalline materials, many researchers say that the field of liquid crystal got saturated because there is nothing to do very much, but it is not completely true. It can be used in many sectors, including the smart windows, where we can tune the transparency with the help of temperature and electricity. It can also be used to detect the body skin temperature, because it is very useful in the cancer treatment, because the temperature of the tumor is slightly different from the normal temperature. So when we put the layer of the collagen liquid crystalline material or any material which is sensitive to the temperature, it will show different color at different tumors. So we will be directly able to see the tumor cells. So it is very useful in the biology as well. And it can be also used in the liquid crystal polymer, and by using the liquid crystal capsule, it can also be used in the textile industry. But in future, I am going to work on the smart windows, because I have just initialized this work in my lab, and by the addition of the high sensitivity monomers, by the dispersion of the liquid crystal, basically it is a PDLC system, and we have just started. We can tune it the transparency of the glasses with the help of slightly varying the electricity. I can show you the demonstration by just seeing the 30-second video. Here you can see that these glasses are basically dispersed into the liquid crystal. Liquid crystal dispersed with the polymer. So basically, it is a polymer, the PDLC system. This man has the remote in hand, and he just applying this few amount of voltage, and just by applying the full amount of voltage, he is able to tune the transparency of the materials. So basically, the liquid crystalline materials requires very less amount of energy. So it can be it has very much application in the adaptive or smart windows. But the problem with this that I have found in the lab, that whenever we fill the liquid crystalline material into the large scale of plates, there is a bubbles created inside the plates. So that is very difficult because it requires a high vacuum chamber. So for this we have talked to the Professor Komitov into Sweden, and he told that first to try on the 10 by 10 plates, and then if you are able to do that, then we are ready to give you the fund for the that. So now we have ordered the 20 10 by 10 plates from China, and maybe after January or February we will start working on that.
So China very better. We have better brains than Chinese.
So these are my publications. Govind Pathak PhD, having the total impact factor from 3.03, having more than 100 citations. All the publications are in the international journals. Here are some awards and achievements. I got the Young Scientist Award from the International Academy of Physical Sciences in the year 2018. So got the Research Publication Award by this university. Published several my work on the NCLC conferences in the Dr. Krishna. And I have delivered the invited talk into the Hindi college. They have just initiated the environmental instrument. So I would like to thank Professor Govind Pathak, he is not there, and a special thanks to Professor Rajiv Manhar who did all these things, and special thanks to the Dr. Atul Srivastava for all the knowledge of instrumentation that I have, and my lab members who have helped me a lot, and my family. Thank you.